Respect. Good day, good evening, good morning to whomever you are, to the genuine ones only, respectfully. Like I said, this page is not for everybody, and that's okay, respectfully. But save your comments for your mama with that negative energy. Respectfully, return back to sender. Alright, so we're gonna be chopping it up today. I got me some tea. It's a little hot. A little hot. It's hot. Yeah, I drink my tea with a straw. Don't judge me. Judge your mama. Respectfully. Alright, so we're gonna be chopping it up today. We're gonna talk about how do you balance yourself with life when it comes to being on your own. When someone closed a door in your face, or somebody overlooked you in an unhealthy way, or somebody didn't see good in you because at the end of the day, they just didn't like you. Or how do you have balance within yourself when it's just you? We're going to tune in about that today. So tune in. Whew. So, with life comes change. With change comes growth. With growth, allowing time to progress and being patient for yourself in the long run. Allowing your best self vision to show up sometimes may be difficult, especially when you was endured toxic energy, trauma, negative traits that you thought was the norm. That norm as to the disrespect, or the norm as to be quiet and you can't express yourself, or the norm as to if you say this the wrong way, somebody's taking your energy as you're being disrespectful, or you think you're better than somebody because you love yourself or you respect yourself. Or that energy where if you have anxiety or depression or whatever the case may be, they take what you're going through and try to throw it in your face and bash you because you can show up for yourself still. And they don't understand how you're showing up for yourself. It's not easy when facing your own music respectfully and coming to terms at the end of the day when you don't give up on yourself, or when you're unaware of yourself compared to depression, being aware and being not aware. Like when you're dealing with depression, you got one foot in one door and you got one foot in the other, and you're just torn between the two, and they just pulling you both directions, like come this way, come that way type of energy. Regardless to whom overlooked you, disappointed you, gave up on you, didn't cherish your value, didn't see what your genuine worth was, you still got to show up for yourself. I know they say it's easier than said than done. I'm a walking testimony. I'm a firm believer, not just in myself, but like I said, this page is not for everybody. But I'm a firm believer in God. I'm a firm believer in my ancestors that's watching over me. And when I talk the way I talk, I get disrespected for it. Like I said, this page is not for everybody. And I'm a different kind of breed, when it comes to being transparent. Because a lot of people don't know how to be transparent. People be scared, and there's no need to be scared at the end of the day. Just be yourself and show up for yourself. At the end of the day, they're going to love you, they're going to hate you, they're going to feel how they're going to feel regardless. But never allow somebody to psych you out of your thought process, respectfully. When dealing with depression, when I say that's the most uncomfortable stages in your life, it's the most uncomfortable stages in your life because you feel like, damn, who can I confide in? Who can I trust? Because you come across those people who bash you because you're going through a situation, but they're not expressing what they just went through. You know what I'm saying? But you're handling a little bit more better than they are when it comes to certain things like taking care of your business. You may lack this, but you're there for this. You may lack this, but you're okay with this. Then you got some people who just lack everything. you know. And when you have those type of people that come into your life for those temporary reasons, when you're trying to come out of that depression, or you're trying to deal with the anxiety, or you're trying to deal with trauma, and you got people bashing you, disgrading your character for what you're not, and, you know, making you seem like you're just this bad person, and you're really not. Like, you're really not. But they don't talk about themselves, though. Like, make it make sense, ma'am, sir. Like, are you serious? You know, trust is a powerful word. You know, trust and respect are two powerful words to me, because trusting somebody is like trusting somebody with your life when you allow them to come into your sanctuary where your peace is. You know what I mean? Like, your sanctuary is your peace, and your peace is within you. So when you surround somebody within your circle, at the end of the day, that's your sanctuary. You know, you protect your peace at all times, respectfully. And when you allow them to come in, you know, even if it's an associate, a stranger on the street, down to family, and it's like, damn, I'm not disrespecting you. Why you disrespecting me? And this is how you generally feel about me. You know, like, you start to look at yourself and reevaluate yourself, like, this is unhealthy. You feel me? Like, at my most vulnerable moments of my life, you would think that you would have people around you to uplift you, inspire you. Nah, they're not trying to uplift you. They're not trying to inspire you. Because if they uplift you and inspire you, at the end of the day, you outshining them. If you know, you know. You know, when somebody's in secret competition with you, and you don't even know, but you know, that energy hit different. So of course they don't want to see you elevate. Of course they're going to disrespect you, because they don't want to see you elevate. If they already see you down, they want to keep you down. You understand? And it's like, damn, how can somebody be so cruel to a human being, to someone, and they're mentally not there? You know, like, it's very disturbing. Very disturbing. And this happens every single day. And the energy hit different when you look yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, you know what? I love myself to acknowledge at the end of the day, I need to fix myself within. Not just talk about it, but genuinely fix myself. I don't like the way I feel. Regardless who understands the emotions that I'm feeling. I can't express my emotions. I feel something, but I don't feel it. But I don't feel like I'm here. But I'm here, if that makes sense. I want to live. You know how you get those moments when you try to psych yourself out of your own thought process, when you're going through depression and anxiety and trauma and stuff? Like, you want to be here 1 minute, and then the next minute you don't. You know, like, that's a part of life. Like, those thoughts processes sometimes, like, it register, like, why the fuck am I even thinking like that? Like, your thought process is trying to psych you out of your own thought process. But you really want to show up for yourself. You know, when you feel like nobody cares, nobody loves you. People say they care, people say they love you, but they actions show otherwise at the end of the day. Like, make it make sense. You know how, like, you one of those people who show up for people, regardless if you're depressed, regardless if you're dealing with anxiety problems, regardless of what stress disorder you're dealing with, whatever trauma you're dealing with at the end of the day. You know those folks who reach out to you and be like, I need money. Can you do me a favor? Can you do this for me? You got me? And as soon as you ask them for something, it's a crime. Or as soon as you say something to them, they want to bash you, disrespect you, but they forgot to mention what you did for them. They always forget to mention what you did for them, respectfully. But that's okay. It's fine. It's okay. You see how much still of a calm person you still are? When you still able to show up for other people and you still dealing with your own personal problems at the end of the day? You know, that energy hit different. Especially when it's one-sided. When you have to reevaluate yourself just a little bit, like, dang. You know how you had that thought process, like, why did I even just do that? Why did I even look out for you for? And all for you to do is just turn around and disrespect me when you feel like it. You know, try to have control over the narrative of my life type of energy. And that's not what you put into the universe. Not even a little bit. You know, you like that caring person that helps people look for jobs. You know, you like one of those caring people that inspire people. Or you know, you're one of those people who like, I got your back. In a healthy way. And I don't have malicious intentions towards you. I'm not trying to harm you. I'm not trying to disrespect you. You know, when you come across those type of people, they not used to somebody being real with them. You know, they used to people being fake. So when they come across somebody like you that's showing up for yourself, but you still going through what you're going through at the end of the day, they threatened by your energy. Because how you showing up for yourself? Like how? Like how? Especially when they the hate in disguise. The mask is off. Another one. What the fuck? Type of energy. Yeah, I said what I said when I meant what I said, what I said, what I said. I hate in disguise. You took your mask off. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. Leave innocent people alone, respectfully. You know, like, when you're one of those people who don't bother nobody, you just mind your business, but you always seem to be the problem. So then when you reevaluate yourself and remove yourself from everybody at the end of the day, they need you, now they need to feed off your energy. They want you around, but you don't want to be around them because they showed you who they was. Regardless how you was showing up at the end of the day, if you was mentally not well with yourself, spiritually not well with yourself, financially not well with yourself, you still showed up for them. You know, somebody went to the hospital, whatever the case may be, one of your associates, your friends, your family at the end of the day. Even if you had to walk to the hospital, you made it to that hospital because you were so passionate about that person. You know those type of moments when you still showed up for people when you didn't have to because you didn't have no money in your pocket? But they didn't know that. Did they have to know that? No. But you still showed up because that was you. You're a real one. You knew what real looks like. You knew what respect looks like. Because why you would want somebody to do that for you? But you see how you go above and beyond for other people at the end of the day? Who's not even trying to meet you halfway? And all they do is laugh at you like you the joke. Because you're going through depression. Because you're dealing with anxiety. You're dealing with mommy daddy issues. You're dealing with abandonment issues. You're dealing with trauma. Like that type of energy. That's crazy. How people move at the end of the day. Like, that's really crazy. It's really crazy. Ooh, it's still hot. You know, those are the ones that deserve respect. You deserve to be respected. 365 days with no malicious intention towards you. Respectfully. Just because you're having a moment right now and you haven't started your healing process yet with yourself, to tune in with yourself, to genuinely find what triggers you and what allows your anxiety to flare up, or what causes you to have a headache, or what causes you to act a certain kind of way towards somebody because they have malicious intentions towards you, or somebody said something and it just triggered you and you don't know why. Like, it's important to find the balance within yourself, to find the right healthy tools to say, you know what, when I do start my healing process, I gotta find balance. Those tools are already installed in you. Patience. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that. And that's okay. But being patient with being patient is acknowledging patience that one day you'll be patient for yourself. Respectfully. You know, coming out of your comfort zone, it's a little tricky. It is, because sometimes you feel like you may be psyching your own self out of your own thought process sometimes. Especially like when you're dealing with depression, anxiety, and trauma. Like you feel like sometimes like who's listening? Like who's really listening to me? Like they say they listening, but are they really listening? You know, type of energy. You know, it's a blessing within a blessing. And never forget this, like for you to be able to show up for somebody and you go through your most darkest days and all you're trying to do is just come out of that tunnel, that dark tunnel within yourself, like, and you was a good person to people, just know when you wake up, when you wake up, when you smell fresh air, peace, and respect, and genuine loving yourself, that energy hit different. And I say that respectfully. It's a type of energy that nobody will be able to understand but you, because you're choosing yourself. You know, starting your healing process, it's not going to be easy when showing up for yourself, especially facing your own music and being patient with yourself and being genuinely kind to yourself, because you're going to have your days where you get triggered, where you feel like, you know, I can't do this, meaning you can't continue doing your healing process. It's not allowing you to continue your healing process. It's rejecting you to start your healing process because your mindset is still one way. It's not allowing you to be open-minded. You know, and to those who want change for themselves and growth in a healthy way, to understand that healing is possible in a healthy way. Always remember that it's not an overnight process. It would never be an overnight process. It's a process within a process of having patience on your life tools that was installed in you. And you gotta be aware as to what you're saying to yourself. Meaning, I'm accepting myself knowing that I'm willing to accept this healing journey for myself. And how am I willing to accept it? By choosing my best self vision to show up. You know, being patient with yourself is, you know what I realized? Being patient with yourself, once you get to a certain extent of your life, to that point where you overcoming the trauma and stuff like that and the depression and stuff, it becomes more easier. I'm gonna be real with you. It becomes more easy to deal with yourself a whole lot better. You know, like, what I say is, if you could deal with other people, you could deal with yourself. You could deal with yourself, respectfully. If you could deal with other people BS, you could put that same time and energy into yourself. You know how, like, you just did this for this person, you just helped them with this, you just did that? Like, once you start applying that into yourself for the one time, listen, you can start your healing journey. And it gets deep because your things will be a lot of things will resurface that you didn't even realize it was bothering you. You know, like, you thought this was bothering you. Then another feeling comes up and you're like, wait, hold on. I don't even know I felt like that. I gotta cry. What the fuck? I gotta cry. That's how you feel. Like, damn, I ain't know it was this deep. I'm fucked up. I'm terribly bad. I'm just bad. I'm gone. I'm fucked up. I'm mentally just gone. That's how you gonna feel. That's how you gonna feel. Like, all of this shit is piled up on top of what's piled up. Because sometimes people don't address what transpired before, what transpired before, what transpired before, what transpired before that. And it goes on and go on. So, And then you realize, like, when you're doing your healing process, like, you could be sitting there just minding your business, right? And a thought just comes to your mind, like, oh, I need a tissue. What the fuck? I need a motherfucking tissue. That's some bullshit. Like, what? Like, yo, you be like, you be in a state of shock of your own goddamn thought process. Like, why am I so emotional? Stop. For real. Like, damn, come on. I just want to be regular. I just want to be at peace with myself. What the fuck? You know, and it appears at random moments. Like, you could be walking outside somewhere, or it don't matter where you at. Like, it just surface. You know, you could be watching something and something just surface. Like, stuff like that. Like, you know, things that you didn't think that was affecting you, and it starts to come up, and you're like, it's affecting me. It's a fucking affecting me. Like, dang, it's really affecting you. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. You know, and that's what facing the music look like. You know, on top of what you thought was really bothering you, or other different scenarios start to come to play. Like, wait, what? Wow. But then when you face it one-on-one, that energy hit different. Because now, being that you just faced it one-on-one, you're understanding yourself a lot more better, because you're understanding what just transpired and it wasn't in your control. Is either you're going to accept it for what it is, or you're going to allow yourself to still be in that same predicament. Or if somebody allow you to feel like that, you got to forgive them. Not forgiving them for them, but you forgiving them for not allowing you to get yourself psyched out of your own thought process, for allowing you to live for yourself, because that's what you deserve, to live at peace and genuine happiness, and love yourself and honor and respect yourself in a healthy way. Not allowing somebody to drain your energy that didn't mean well, or let alone not showing up for you, or let alone disrespecting you when they feel like it, or let alone don't even care about you. You know? So you just gotta be mindful who you allow to come into your inner circle. Like, for real, you really gotta be mindful. You do. You gotta be mindful who you allow to preserve your time. You have to be very mindful, because not everybody is deserving of your time. No, they're not. People will fake the funk to try to play you close, just to see what you got going on, or just to do weird shit towards you at the end of the day, because they want control. People really move like that. That shit is toxic. That shit is dangerous at the end of the day. And they only play in their own face, respectfully. You know? But this is not your genuine love, respect page. And, you know, chopped it up a little bit. I truly appreciate everybody's time. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And tune in for another video tomorrow. Respect. Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. You deserve to be treated with respect 365 days with no malicious intentions towards anyone. You are worthy. Your life matters. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. It's okay to acknowledge, yo, I love myself. And at the end of the day, I ain't allowing nobody to psych down my thought process no more moving forward. You can save it for the birds, and I say that respectfully at the end of the day. Silly rabbit, yeah, I said what I said. Yep. You thought that person was for you? Nah. You saw what you saw when you saw what you saw. You felt what you felt when you felt what you felt. It was real. The disrespect was real. And you don't deserve to be disrespected by nobody. Especially when you don't have malicious intentions towards them. Respectfully. Like, come on, make it make sense. Why do you deserve to be in a predicament where you're not bringing harm towards nobody, you're not disrespecting nobody in no shape or form? But it's okay for them to pick and choose when they want to deal with you. And not only when they want to deal with you, but they disrespect you in the process. Nah, you got to reevaluate yourself a little bit. Put yourself first. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. And we're going to talk about more healing. Let's get it. To better days ahead. To better days ahead. To better days ahead. You heard?